So I'll be happy to break down Juventus in Bayern Munich in the semifinals tomorrow. And there is a big riddle for Ronaldo's first Champions League titles with Real Madrid and with Juventus. Both involve the winner from the prior season. Juventus will easily defeat Bayern Munich this year. They have no chance against Juventus. This is a fact. Which brings us to the Champions League quarterfinal draw. My first matchup will involve my pick for runner-up. Actually, let's stick with Juventus. My first prediction for the knockout stage of the quarterfinals is Juventus-Real Madrid. Now, I will go in detail on this matchup. Ronaldo is going to defeat Galacticos since Real Madrid, they're seen as the more creative midfield, and Cristiano Ronaldo has to beat all of them. All the guys that created his goal-scoring chances. This is a historic rivalry in the UEFA Champions League. Juventus knocked off Ronaldo in 2015. Ronaldo knocked out Juventus in the Champions League final 2017, Champions League quarterfinals 2018. Juventus defeated Real Madrid in the round of 16 with Buffon in 2015. Juventus knocked off Real Madrid and they made it to the Champions League final 2003. Juventus lost the 1998 Champions League final to Real Madrid. More times Real Madrid have lost to Juventus in the Champions League knockout stage than any other team in the competition. Juventus defeated Real Madrid, I think, in the quarterfinals of 1996 when they last won the Champions League. I believe history repeats itself. Juventus defeat Real Madrid again en route to winning the Champions League title. And now I thought Atletico before the round of 16, but now it's very clear to me that it's going to be Chelsea up against PSG. Now, I remember that these two clubs faced off against each other, so they've lost against Barcelona all these years. And PSG, I think they defeated Chelsea one time. I'm not sure if they did. But the key to this is Thomas Tuchel having coached PSG to the final last year. And they haven't lost a game yet. I think that's going to be very interesting. The top goal scorer of second to the Norwegian guy on the Borussia Dortmund, but it's worth noting that Giroud is French and he can go up, he can play at France. So this is very interesting to me. Chelsea up against PSG. The former captain, David Luiz, played at PSG too. So very interesting. I'm really liking Chelsea, Paris Saint-Germain in the quarterfinals. That will be pretty interesting to see. Now I think a club goes up against his former club. This brings us to Liverpool, Borussia Dortmund. Now, if Sevilla go through, then rematch of the 2015 Europa League final. But assuming that Borussia Dortmund hold on, Jurgen Klopp goes up against his former club. We're talking about ex-Dortmund manager Jurgen Klopp. So if it is Sevilla, then this is a rematch of the 2015 final, but it's not a good outlook for La Liga. Haaland up against Salah and Firmino and Sadio Mane. That will be a matchup that will produce a lot of goals for the executives over at UEFA. And so with that being said, the last matchup of the quarterfinals is Bayern Munich up against Manchester City. Guardiola, ex-Bayern. I always keep predicting this matchup every single year, but now I think we see a real riddle with two Bundesliga managers, Jurgen Klopp and Pep Guardiola, going up against their former sides. Pep Guardiola in Bayern Munich and Jurgen Klopp up against Borussia Dortmund. As you know, in effect, Barcelona they were not finished against PSG. They were finished against Bayern. That's when it was over for Messi. And now, another year without making it to the semifinals, this is when it's time. Pep Guardiola, he's going to need Lionel Messi. He can't even get to the semis without Lionel Messi. That's how much Manchester City going to need Lionel Messi. This is the moment where Lionel Messi comes over. They lose to Bayern, the defending champions, and then Manchester City win the Champions League with Messi over at the Allianz for Bayern play. So these are fantastic matchups to anticipate. These are my quarterfinal matchups. This is how I see this playing out.